The way I was seeing these videos and being like, oh my God, these people got scammed by a fake Barbie event. And then I realized that this was official.
That's it. That's my intro.
Hey, I'm Amanda. I'm professionally curious and I talk for a living, and you're watching Swell Entertainment, the channel where I tell you about whatever I'm obsessed with every week. And today, as you can see, I am not in my office. No siree, I am in Japan. And so when I was in Japan, and service was going in and out at certain spots, and I just kept getting notifications from Twitter. Someone was tagging me in things. You understand why my fear response activated. But no, you guys were just summoning me as if the @ symbol was the bat signal, okay, to let me know that Barbie and Mattel put on a bad event. Let's talk about Barbie Dream Fest. Let me get my other phone. Oh. William, feel free to show them me trying to get back into position. Yes, I'm filming on a bed. Also, I know you guys hate when I hold this mic, but listen, okay? I am in a very small hotel room because the point is that I'm not supposed to be in this thing for that long. However, I have to do my job. I also went walking around Kyoto today, so I look a little rough, but that's okay. It's all right. Everything's fine. I have to talk a little lower, so that's why I'm holding the mic, okay? But really quick, let me take a second to tell you about my travel buddy for this trip and sponsor of this video, Saily. As you can see, I'm not in my office. I'm not even in my own country. I am currently in Japan, and I need data. Not even just for the fact that it's quite literally my job to be online and kind of be posting things. Pretty much everything these days you need your phone for, and to be able to access most of these things, you need data. Phones are not just our lifelines back home, but they're also the way that we check our booking information, check our transport information. If I didn't have my phone, if I didn't have data, I would not be able to figure out the trains out here. And thankfully with Saily's eSIM, I was able to get a data plan set up that as soon as I touched down in Tokyo, I was able to activate my eSIM and immediately be able to get in contact with my hotel transport. There's no extra fees. With Saily, you pay for what you need. Saily has affordable eSIM plans in over 200 destinations. No need to wait in line at an airport for a local SIM card or pay absurd roaming charges. And if you're a frequent traveler like me, you only need to download Saily once. You don't need to download a new eSIM for every single country you go to. They also have global and regional plans depending on what you need. All Saily eSIMs are compatible with iOS and Android devices. Download Saily today and get an exclusive 15% off your data plans by using code SWELL, and thank you to Saily for sponsoring this video. I first started getting tagged in this. I was like, okay, let me check. I immediately pulled up the Barbie Dream Fest website. That's why I originally was like, oh my God, this is a fake event, because that's what a lot of people were saying. Like the Willy Wonka Fest, that was never an official experience. And so as I was scrolling through this website, I was like, okay, this could be a fake Barbie event. Now, I don't know if you guys know this. Mattel, I don't know, I feel like they're litigious. They own everything. So I feel like, do you even need to be litigious when you like literally have like a borderline monopoly on like figures and toys? Do you even need to be litigious? Or does everyone just like, hey, they got everything. We shouldn't even try and rip them off. We shouldn't even try and impede their copyright, their trademark. They will get us. Mattel is not involved is truly what I thought. So I was scrolling through the website and I have all these screenshots. These are taken from my phone because I was doing this while I was on the train going to and from the track. I was going through this, I was like, God, these people that are involved, this is crazy. Getting screenshots, just in case they scrubbed the website. I wanted to make sure I had screenshots of everything. And as I was scrolling through it, I was like, okay, I see the phrase Barbie Dream Fest, and I wasn't seeing anything from Mattel. And then at the very, very bottom of the website, I see two things. I see Mischief Management and I see Mattel. So this is an official Mattel event. I did later find on their Instagram, Mattel did post this, like the official Barbie Instagram. They did post that at least Serena Williams was locked in as the first guest. Wild poll. Their lineup of guests is so good that like I would be tempted by this if I wasn't me. You know, like I was like, oh my God, you guys got angel bees. But it's also too good, just all over the place where I'm like, God, this could be legit. I don't know if I've ever covered Mischief Management, but they have been involved in a handful of events that have crossed my desk. Usually not positively. If I had seen that, I would have been like, okay, let's face it. You guys can't think like me. I get so many DMs from you guys where it's like, oh my God, I'm at an event and my Amanda senses are tingling. Like, Amanda, the lines, it's so unsafe. There's no X, Y, and Z. I can't find a security guard. I was like, okay, I got you. I've given you my event anxiety. I'm so sorry. I don't always go to events that have a high likelihood of being a disaster. But like, if I see an event and I'm like, this is probably going to be a disaster, I'm going to go to it. If you ever have that thought, don't do that to yourself. Choose whimsy, choose peace, choose joy. Spend your money elsewhere. Unless you're going with your friends and you're like, this is going to be a nightmare, but we're going to have a good time. Like, do not do this to yourself, okay? Don't put yourself through the stress, the potential health risk. Who knows? Like, don't, I'm not saying I'm a professional, but I do, this is my job. Okay? Like, I have a high tolerance for bullshit because the bullshit gets me paid, okay? And so I don't want you guys to like go in the mindset of like, oh, well, Amanda would go. I operate on a different frequency of insanity. You should not be trying to be like me. I love that a lot of people are like, oh my God, you got me to like go out and try things and do things alone. Fantastic. I love that. But if you are like, oh my God, this is going to be bad, I should go because Amanda would go, don't. That's the evil clout goblin Amanda talking, and you don't listen to her, okay? I listen to her because sometimes she's right, but that's a specific thing for me. Okay? Anyways, would I go to a mischief management event to investigate and see if they've learned? Yes. I don't know if I would tell you to do that, though. Slap an allegedly in there. But their name has crossed my desk a handful of times. And frankly, the name mischief management... Harry Potter is a complicated thing. If you're watching the HBO series, I really have very little respect for you. I hope good things for those children involved, and that's about it. Like, I do hope that show flops, and it does not impact the career of those children whatsoever. Sorry, not sorry. J.K. Rowling's a turf. Self-described. Before I show you any of the videos, I'm going to go through the lineup, some of what was promised, and then we're going to show you these videos of people that were actually there. Now, again, I was not there. I am literally across the world. I'm in Japan. So I will link all these videos that I've gathered below. Meet global tennis legend Serena Williams. There's a photo op as well you could pay for. Angel Reese. I'm going to get her name right. Hold on. Let me get her name right. How do I say her name? Ibtihaj Muhammad. Yes? I really hope I got that right. I really don't want to get that wrong. Madison Marilla, Emily Calandrelli, Robin Gerber, Chef Becky Brown, Dr. Swati Mohan, with more coming soon. Now, I took these screenshots while the event was happening, so there's no more coming soon, okay? I don't know what that is. Friday, Dreamfest main stage. Panels and meetups, film screenings. God, they were doing full film screens. Barbie, Veritopia, like all the Barbie movies. Barbie Through the Ages, Barbie Through the Ages, Barbie Dream Fest families meetup. Bringing Barbie to Life, Barbie Icebreakers, Living the Dream, and then they had Barbie the movie in concert. That was all Friday. Saturday, we got Barbie Dream Fest Icon Award Ceremony featuring honoree Serena Williams. Sunday, just like mole panel, like just like not a crazy packed lineup, like a reasonable lineup. I originally was looking at some of these and I was like, okay, is this a venue problem? And the venue is bad. This was not horrible venue for this. And even if you did choose to go with this venue, there was a way to make this work and you didn't even try. Make a gift in honor of the Barbie Dream Gap project during checkout to support its dedication to challenging gender stereotypes and helping undo the biases that hold girls back from reaching their full potential. I'm going to need to see proof of those charitable donations now. Barbie. Let's go through these passes, okay? Because unfortunately, this happens a lot where the people that are the most vocal are usually the people that were ripped off the most, which is not a bad thing. It's just a reality thing, okay? So the people we are hearing about the most are the people that spent the most money, which unfortunately has now led to a belief that that was the base price, okay? So let me go through all of the costs of all of this so that you can see the different prices, because a lot of people were like, oh, it was like $250 to go to this event. That's not the case, okay? What they paid for is not what they got. It was a ripoff for the cost, but that's not what everyone that went paid. So I want to make that very clear. So Friday day pass for an adult, $72. Saturday day pass, $72. Sunday day pass, $72. If you were a kid, it was $33 each day. General 3-day pass was $152.50. General 3-day pass for a kid was $78. Family pack was $438. I'm not quite sure how many people were included in that. And then the premium pass, there was the pink pass, which was the $250. The Dream Pass was $452.50. Apparently it was higher at one point. I do have a video from someone who said that she bought it like as soon as the event was announced, and then they lowered the price and kept doing discounts because tickets weren't being sold. Hey Barbie, so I don't know if you know this, but like people don't have money. People want to do in-person events. Like I do think we're getting to a point where we're going to see kind of an interesting shift where people, again, especially with the desperation for say a third space, this is not a third space, this is a ticket and event, that's not what I'm saying, but listen to me. Because people are looking for community and looking for third spaces and looking to get their kids out of the house so it stops the brain rot of the iPad tablets and things like that, I do think we're going to see another resurgence of more and more events and more family events and events like this. However, you need to not make them insanely priced. Even for the one day, I don't think what you put on is worth that cost, especially when you again are paying for children, and then depending on how many people are in a family, like that's multiple children. The family pass being $452. Again, I don't know how many people are in that package because I don't have those screenshots anymore, but that's too much. Okay, Barbie? God, Amanda hates Barbie. No, I don't. I hate bad events. Barbie the movie in concert, that was $48. And then the Serena Williams photo op, $379.75, and that was for one time slot on Saturday. A fan-filled weekend of limitless possibilities. Like, these photos are good.
The creators of the fan weekend promised 3 days of glam, nostalgia, and dream big energy made for Barbie fans of every generation. But ticket holders, some of whom paid up to $450, say it was far from that. Hell Hotel, a burlesque group who attended the event, told the BBC they were expecting much more based on what was advertised.
Oh no? Yeah, that's how this is going.
There were empty halls, maybe 14 vendors, lack of things to do for all ages, and especially a lack of events for our demographic, the group said.
This wasn't a scam event, so I can't even be like, this is how you avoid a scam event. Because it's not a scam event. It's just bad. Like, a scam event is, I'm going out with the goal of ripping you off. Do I think that's what happened? No. I think they got into doing this and realized, God, we can't fill this convention center. Or we couldn't sell these tickets, but you already paid for the convention center, so you have to charge this amount of money to make this make any sort of sense. I think this is frustrating too, as well for me, because I have not been to many Barbie events, but there's been quite a few. There was like a Barbie hotel thing that I was actually going to go to right before lockdown. Like, I was so excited to go, and then obviously everything got put on hold because the world shut down. There's been like Barbie Malibu Dream House cafes and things like that. Like, there's been things that they've done that have seemingly gone well, if even the goal was just let's go viral on social media and have people be so excited. Like, they just did an event at San Diego Comic-Con last year that was like literally next door to my hotel, and that looked beautiful, and that was also a much smaller space.
I'm not one to complain, and usually I just suck it up, but at this Barbie Dream Fest, it said it opened at 9. We weren't let in till 9:45, and vendors were still arriving and setting up shop. Once we finally got in, it was very underwhelming. The space was huge and there was just so much emptiness.
Y'all. What?
This was their Barbie Dream House, a cardboard standing box with a VW wagon. It would have been nice, but the doors were closed, so you couldn't even go inside of it. As you can see, everything else was just spread out, open, very empty, very scarce, and it was just fee after fee.
Like, looking at these videos, I can't even say that it was just the venue issue and that they didn't know how to deal with this venue, because these sets are ugly. Life-size Barbie Dream House, which is one of the claims. Hold on. Dream House photo op, explore a larger-than-life version of Barbie's iconic front yard. And you have in your website a photo of the slide, the multi-level. Like, I would expect, maybe I can't go up there, but I'm expecting the Barbie Dream House set from the Barbie movie. I may not be able to go up to Barbie's room, but I'm expecting that that's what I'm going to walk up and see. And you know what? That set, even like a shoddy version of it, that's just like a standee and like has no back to it, would have done numbers. The amount of Instagram photos you would have gotten, my goodness, okay? Instead you got cardboard, hollow, it looks bad.
We're the life-sized Barbie Dream House right now, guys.
And I'm thinking, there'll be some kinks to work out. Yeah, sure. But not okay.
There.
I would not do like Barbie Dream House Fest, whatever, I would have fully rebranded this and set this up of like, you step into the world of Barbie and you become a life-size Barbie yourself, which you could argue maybe that's what they were going for, but they did it horribly. Why is there no pink carpet? That whole convention center, that space that you used, should have been covered in pink carpet. I'm thinking you've got little, even small photo ops with like Barbie's dog, maybe little like pop-up spots of like a little scavenger hunt game where it's like, can you find all of Barbie's friends? And you've just got little standees of all of the different Barbie and Barbie's friends from like all of the different dream houses or whatever. I'm 28. Okay. It's been a while. I don't collect Barbies anymore. You do that. And then it's like, oh, we got to go find all the Barbies. And it's like that whole area is you got a bunch of hidden like Barbie standees everywhere. And it's like, oh my God, I found her, you know, like I found, oh my God, what's the name of a Barbie? It's been a minute. Like, find Bibble. You get my point? So if you rent a convention center, okay, you don't have to use that whole hall. You may have paid for that whole space. I have never been to this convention center. It looks like the one that they're at. It's in Fort Lauderdale. You can often close them off or even put up false walls with curtains to make the space smaller so you have more control over designing the space, okay? And you do that, and then you can fill it up more and it looks more full. People know, oh my God, this is such a big convention center. They're not filling it, but you feel it less. Your attendees will feel it less because they'll be like, oh my God, I've stepped into Barbie's dreamland. Oh my God, this is amazing. You've got pink everywhere. You've got some green curtains and pink. Mostly I would stick with the pink, but you get my point. Like add some depth. Like even fake cardboard trees, but like a bunch of them. You went with the cardboard for literally everything for like basically standees. They look like cardboard. You know what I'm talking about. It's like probably not cardboard, but it's cardboard. The amount of little girls would be so excited. It's like, mommy, look, I'm a Barbie. You know, like, but it looks sad and pathetic and gray and dull and industrial and sad. And I hate it. Literally, I have a very similar view of when I went to BeautyCon a few years back. It was 2024, I believe. And it was my first time going to BeautyCon. And this was like the revamped BeautyCon. And the location could work, but I felt like they did not do enough to not make it feel like I was in like an industrial floor that could have doubled as a parking garage for a beauty event. It felt very brutalized and weird. Why are we against girly? And I don't think you're against girly because you're Barbie. I think you're lazy or cheap. Horrible combination. Pick one. You're Mattel. Actually, you know what? No. Especially for what you were charging. This should have been phenomenal. This should have been so great. You are Mattel. You have so much money. I should not be seeing multiple videos of people saying how ripped off they were. Don't waste your money. This is a scam. Do not come here. Like, I can't even shake you the same way that I want to shake some of the other people that I've spoken about because you're like a company. What am I gonna grab the stamp logo and shake you? I don't know if I've said this in a video, but I've talked about this on TikTok. There's this thing right now with companies where there's a lack of respect for the consumer, like in general. And it feels like companies are annoyed that they have to go through the consumer to get our money. And low key, every day, I get shown more and more proof of this thought. Because so much of this event, the videos I'm seeing, the layout, the design, it does look like a here damn, as if you didn't advertise and put on the event yourselves.
This is the supposedly interactive dream house. Pretty much it's like a marketing thing for Volkswagen, so they could sell these buses. Interactive, I don't think so. They're trying to just sell these buses.
I hope everyone disputes this on their credit card because you all got ripped off. Bye, Barbie. Sorry, I'm really enjoying doing that. I am still in Japan, but apparently there is going to be full refunds issued. That was announced, I believe, a couple of days ago now. I have not seen reports yet saying that people did get their money back, so I do hope you get your money back in a timely fashion. But again, dispute the charge, you know, especially it should be auto refunds. If I hear anything about like, hey, you have to apply for a refund, no. Reverse all the charges. So that's the best I can hope for at this point. And then also hope that every time this happens, one company just is like, oh my God, we need to make sure this doesn't happen for our event. That's all I can really hope for when things like this happen, truly. I hope you at least made some friends, you know, had a good time. Maybe you got some videos. I don't like talking about it like that because not everyone is a content creator and wants to, you know, be ripped off on a Saturday. With the amount of work people are doing, with the amount of financial struggle that we see in America right now, it is so disheartening, I'm sure, to again, you're like, I'm gonna go have a fun weekend with my friend. We love Barbie. We're doll collectors. It's gotta be so disheartening where you're like, we've done our due diligence. We've made sure this was a legitimate event. We put this money forward. We're gonna have the best time. And especially like, I talk about this a lot. I put in, like, usually when I buy an event, I always check to see like what's the general admission like options, but I typically try and do a VIP ticket for these reviews so that I can review as much as possible. The same goes for people who are only going to maybe one event a quarter, if that. Oh, I should buy the best ticket because this is my one fun spend. And then every single person seemingly, I don't even know what that would have gotten you because everyone's like, you don't waste your money. It's the exact, you got nothing. Someone got like a hand sanitizer and like a little brush or something and no bag to put it in. Does no one know you can cancel events? Like I know you would have taken a loss, but like, do you know how many pissed off fans you have? You ruin your credibility as a company when you do things like this. Like, oh yeah, we don't give a shit about our consumers. It's crazy.
Y'all, we came to this because it was so hyped online. It was, you know, a bunch of vendors. They made it seem like there was so much to do. This is a huge space, okay, at the Broward Convention Center. It is empty. You have to pay for everything extra. So we paid for $70 a ticket to get in, $20 to pay for parking, and then on top of that, you're paying for a picture. You're paying for every little thing at every little vendor.
I hope no children were upset. I'm really hoping. Hope you guys had a good time to some degree. I don't have like a here's what to do next time thing because like this wasn't a scam. It was just bad. You know what I'm saying? And there's really no way to avoid that. Like there's no way as a consumer to truly avoid that aside from, you know, now that these videos are out, you don't try and buy tickets when they try and do this again. That's really it. And it's hard to give that advice of, well, you learned your lesson to not trust Barbie. Like, Barbie's a scammer. No. God, that's the thumbnail. Just Barbie and scam. The goal is to get a cease and desist from Mattel that I can frame from my office right below my YouTube plaque. Please check out the creators that I have tagged on below. Check out the businesses. I'll link the small businesses as well that were there because I'm sure a bunch of them did not make back whatever they spent on their tables. I don't even know what they spent on their tables. I'm sure it was not nothing. As I'm recording this, there's been no statement made by Mattel or Barbie. I hope that that changes, but we shall see. And that's going to be it. Thank you for watching. William sent this over to me and was like, you never said the outro bit. I didn't cut it, I swear. Reminder, I stream on Twitch. My Swell Entertainment is now available on Spotify. Reminder to go if you'd like some more car and motorsport content. Shout out to my channel members. Thank you so much for supporting me on channel membership. Like, see more and subscribe to channel memberships yourself. You should go ahead and click join down below. Like, to on social media. They're linked, you know. Goodbye. You know, that's really what I think about when I think about Barbie and the Dream House. I think about concrete. I really do.